making me feel so. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know.
Hey y'all, it's Myra. So today is going to be kind of a different video than my normal content. I normally do like mom videos, vlogs, lifestyle, but I do want to do some sit down talk videos because I feel like I have an interesting take on a lot of things. Maybe not interesting, really like relatable takes on life and just things that I feel is going on in the world. So yeah, I wanted to do a video basically about the economy and the cost of living and why am I living at home at 26 with a baby, you know? So if this interests you, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more sit down talk videos about just things that I feel are important. You know, I feel like I have enough experience in life to talk about certain things and how I feel about certain situations. So yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, I want to start the video off by taking accountability of my actions. Yeah, I'm a single mom. Yes, I made that choice. I'm not one of these girls who is like, oh, I'm a single mom and I deserve this and I deserve that, even though I have a baby and blah, blah. I know what I did. I know what I laid down and did, and I have to take accountability of my actions. Of course, life would be a little bit easier if I didn't have a child, but I don't regret my child, and I just know I have to work harder, and that is in the plans for me. But I do want to touch on things that don't even affect just being a single parent. It's affecting everybody because I've struggled even before I had my baby. So yeah, I just wanted to take accountability first and foremost. I know what I did. I know the repercussions that kind of happened with that. And I also want to make some videos about high value and all of that because I have an interesting take on that, that a lot of women probably won't agree with. A lot of men probably won't agree with. Men will. You know, it's just, I kind of want to share my views on certain things. So yeah, the first topic at hand is the economy. So before I get into this, I live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We have relatively low cost of living compared to other places, like California, New York City, Dallas, Houston, like the big major cities. Our cost of living is relatively cheaper, but for those of us that live in the state, it's not cheap to us. It's skyrocketing. It's going up every single day. And I've been kind of looking around, just kind of planning some things, as far as maybe moving out within the next year or the next 2 years. Just kind of keeping my eye on things to kind of be realistic of the amount of money that I need to save before I move out. But before I get into the whole move out thing, the economy right now. So we all know inflation is out of this world. I don't shop at Walmart. I shop locally. I know there's Wincos everywhere, but I prefer to shop at Winco. I will not shop at Walmart. I very rarely shop at Target. Those are luxury experiences now. Let's just be for real. Yesterday I went grocery shopping and I got a cart full of groceries at Winco, and they were $310 a cart full, y'all. I'm talking like lots of groceries. But I forgot some things, so I went to the Walmart across the street because I didn't want to go back through Winco. And I only got a few things, and it was $150. And I'm just like, oh my God, not even nearly half a cart. You know, I'm talking like maybe 10 to 15 items. And it was $150. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just across the street and I got way more than this for basically a cheaper price, in my opinion. So that's just an example of the inflation. Hold on. Okay, sorry. A baby. He's on the floor crawling around, getting in stuff. But yeah, inflation is just crazy. Things that used to cost, You know, I remember it costing like $1.50 is now like $4. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, it's hard, you know. It's really, really hard. But you have to strategically shop, maybe get into couponing. I need to get into couponing. I just need to sort some things out in my life, and I'm doing things one step at a time. But inflation is crazy, and we can all agree with that. The next thing is the cost of living as far as Oklahoma is concerned. This is where I live. I was actually just browsing like 2 weeks ago, and I was looking at this apartment I was interested in. And I'm just, you know, price watching and stuff like that. It was only a 1 bed because my son sleeps in my room, so I don't really need too much space. And I'm trying to save money and be realistic. So I look at this 1 bedroom apartment at this complex that I'm interested in, and it was $1,050. I checked the other day. It's now $1,100. Yeah, that's $50, but that's over just a span of 2 weeks. And I'm just like, okay, like I can see where things are headed, you know. For it to just change in a matter of just a few weeks, that just shows me like the cost of living is slowly rising. And an apartment I used to stay in, I used to pay $989. The same apartment, nothing has changed. They haven't remodeled it. Back when I moved in there, it was remodeled, but they haven't changed anything since I've been in there. And now they're charging like, I think like $1,200 for a 1 bed, 1 bath. It's not the hugest, biggest apartment, but I'm just like, that is very interesting. I just stayed there a few years ago, and now it's gone up so much, you know, compared to the original price. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna cut out a lot of this stuff, but and I'm just like, imagine how much it's gonna be within the next 3 years, probably $1,400. And that's just outrageous. Like, the cost of living is absolutely crazy, and I just don't know how to feel about it. Just because our pay isn't going up. Like, our minimum wage in Oklahoma is $7.25, and there is a petition going on right now. If you live in the state, I'm sure you've gotten stopped by people. They're trying to raise the minimum wage. They're doing a vote, and I am going to vote because, yeah, it may not help, because I just feel like when they raise the minimum wage, the cost of living goes up with it. So I'm just feeling like, is it worth it? Like, it's just ridiculous how much it costs to just have a roof over your head, and that's just one expense, you know. And that's just Oklahoma as far as like apartments and things like that go. But we can all agree it's going up everywhere. Like, I understand like property owners and property management companies, they have to make a profit. I understand all of that, but at the same time, I also understand that people are going to make the money. Like, we may not see it, but trust and believe, people out here are making money, because these apartments are not empty, you know. These luxury apartments are not empty. So I'm just like, or luxury homes or things that are for rent. I'm not talking for sale. They're making the money, but it's just like, how are they making the money? You know, like, I know they're coming from out of state, and they may have kept their job and maybe working from home or something of that sort. Entrepreneurs, business owners, that's a whole different spectrum. But the average person with the average job, I'm not saying I want to live in a sky rise, but I should be able to live in something decent with a higher paying average job. And I want to get into pay as far as like Oklahoma is concerned. So like I said, our minimum wage is $7.25. Most of our fast food restaurants pay about $9 to $10. It goes up to maybe $14. We all know Chick-fil-A is more people, you know, more for their people, for their employees. So as we know, Chick-fil-A is more so for their employees, so they have a higher pay as far as the location is concerned. Here, the highest position at Chick-fil-A pays about $16, and here that's pretty good. That's considered a higher paying average job. I'm not talking about the jobs that you have to have a degree. I'm not talking about the higher positions. I'm talking the average, you know, the average person who's just trying to make it, you know, all of that. I can't speak on degree because I don't have one myself, but yeah. So in my field, I do a lot of like reception, a lot of administrative clerical work, and that ranges from about 14 and it goes maybe up to like 19 to $20 an hour. I have a lot of experience, so I can normally shoot high with those types of things, but even with that pay, I cannot afford to. I can pay my bills, don't get me wrong. I could move out, you know, now if I wanted to, but it's the moral of the situation. I'm paying my bills, but I'm not living comfortably. Like, I'm just paying my bills and that's it. I don't get to put any money back. Maybe $50, which, you know, everything adds up, but I'm just being realistic of everybody wants a comfortable lifestyle to where they can enjoy their hobbies. They can enjoy going to go see a movie or going out to eat from time to time. We can't afford to do that, you know, especially with a child. And even when I didn't have a child, I still couldn't really do it. Like, it was down to the nitty-gritty when it came to budgeting, which I learned how to budget, but at the same time, like, if all of your money goes to bills, you're just budgeting your bills. You don't budget entertainment or anything that you want to do, and that gets pretty hard. So yeah, that's how minimum wage is as far as Oklahoma is concerned, and it's kind of concerning because minimum wage affects all pay, because certain jobs have to be above that minimum wage at a certain percentage for it to kind of be worth it for the employer, especially with certain skills that somebody might possess. So it's just like, that is very, very, it makes you kind of like, what's the point? Like, if you're able to stay with your parents, which I am by the grace of God, I know not everybody has that luxury. I'm trying to stay here and save up money to make sure that I'm okay before I move back out, because I've always jumped the gun, moved out without saving any money, you know, and it just never ever worked out. And the older that I'm getting, I think my frontal lobe has like formed or something, but I'm not doing it that way anymore. I've always been left with the short end of the stick every time that I jump the gun. Do not do that. Save up a certain amount. Try to pay 2 or 3 months rent, even more if you can. Like, that is the most valuable lesson I have learned with as far as moving out and trying to be free or whatever. I mean, I don't have a curfew or anything like that. I'm really in a very special situation when it comes to living at home, and I'm grateful for it. Like, I really, really am, and I'm trying to take advantage of it. I haven't been taking advantage of it. I've been kind of abusing it, but once I start saving my money and stuff like that, I recently got a job. I quit. It was a valid reason. I'm not looking to keep quitting jobs. I'm looking for longevity. So this time it really wasn't like spur of the moment. There was reasons I quit, and I hate that I had to. So now I'm back on the job market and it's getting pretty tough. So yeah, that's kind of the economy part of what I wanted to speak on. So I want to speak on the rent prices here. Now, this is also for people who are looking to move to Oklahoma. This could really work out for somebody who has pay from a different state or a higher paying job that you can relocate, like work from home, or maybe you travel for work most of the time and you're not really in, you know, one office. Like, you're moving around but you have a home. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like y'all know what I'm saying. Oklahoma is a great place to be. It's on the up and up. We are getting stuff left and right. I can't name anything from a different state that we don't have. Now, years ago, we didn't have all this stuff and people hated it here, but it's getting a lot better. And most people that I've met that aren't from here, they say they really, really like Oklahoma. So if you're looking to move here, I would suggest it. I'm not the one to say don't move here because you're gonna run up the price. The price is gonna run up anyway. So if you're one that works from home and you know you're paying X amount in a different state, consider Oklahoma. It's really, really affordable. So the rent prices, so it depends on location. You may not know the state, but the bougier areas or the nicer areas would be like Edmond, Nichols Hills, kind of Expressway, depends on, you know, what part of Expressway. Where else? The northwest side. Like there's certain areas that are very nice and they are expensive to us in the state, but they won't be expensive to somebody who's not from here. So if you're, I'm gonna start with the hood. So if you want to live in the hood, which who wants to do that? Like wants to specifically live in the hood. 9 times out of 10 you're there because you have to be there. And those prices range. I'm not going to get into what parts is the hood because everybody, that'll become an argument. But the not so nice areas, high crime, not the safest, you know, those apartments can range from like $500 to $800 for a 1-bed, 2-bed. It's rare to find 3-bed apartments in the hood. And the 3-bed may go up to like $1,000, so they're very reasonable. But you're dealing with high crime, break-ins, shootings, things like that, and that's just the reality of the situation. You can look up our news websites and see for yourself how it can get out here. The crime rate has gone up because a lot of people are moving out here from all walks of life. And I'm not saying, you know, like, oh, that's the hood, like, you know, I'm black, but I would rather be safe. You know, it's not about not wanting to be around my people. I would love to, but under certain conditions, you know. So that's what that price range. A mid price range would be like, well, they consider where I live the hood, but more maybe like some parts of Oklahoma City, which Oklahoma City is very stretched and broad. I can't really place, you know, certain areas. Like the east side used to be the hood, but they cleaned it up a lot. You could live out there. And those prices range from $1,000 to maybe 14-ish for like a 3-bed. So that's still reasonable, but you do have to budget if you are making our pay. You have to budget very, very strategically because the money goes fast. You know, once you get it, you're spending on bills. Next thing you know, you ain't got nothing. To me, that's mid to high range. Most of my places that I've stayed have been between the 1,000 to 1,200 range. Like it's between there. So I'm living in areas like that where the crime rate not so bad. You may have a car break-in every now and then, but it's, you know, teenagers doing it, not really a lot of shootings, not high crime. So that's kind of where that's at. So then if you're living in like Edmond, Nichols Hills, like the uppity areas, those prices can range from around $1,100. Northwest Oklahoma City is also in that genre, which I was looking out there, but $1,100, and it can go up to like $1,600 for an apartment. And you're not dealing with much crime at all. If you do have a break-in, it was planned. You know, it wasn't just somebody walking by, like, you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for that range, which that's cheap, those are really nice apartments, nice areas, lots of stuff around it, like shopping centers, restaurants, things to do, stuff like that. Like the northwest side is a very good area. It has like Top Golf and all, like a bunch of restaurants. The mall, like one of our malls is out there. Lots of shopping. I'm so sorry. Like I said, this video is titled Mom in 2016 Living at Home. So you may hear, that's kind of the price range with that. As far as houses is concerned, it just depends on the area. You can go off of what I just said. The houses they used to be cheaper, but they're getting more on the expensive side. The not so nice, are kind of getting expensive. Like they be like $1,200 to $1,400, and then the nicer homes from $1,300 to like $1,600, and then the real nice $1,800 to $2,000. So you know, you could get like a really nice house to rent for those prices. So yeah, also the areas are things to keep in mind. So yeah, that is the rent prices in Oklahoma. Now I'm going to get into like the average person's budget, like bills that I feel like everybody has. Some people don't have a car note, so you know what I'm saying. You don't have to get in the comments like, I don't have a car note, I would never have a car note. Like, I understand there's lots of people like that. I understand all of that. But the standard bills, so you have the car note, you have phone bill, you have rent, electric. Some apartments still use gas. You may have a gas bill, groceries, gas in your car, and life necessities as far as like cleaning supplies, soap, toothpaste, stuff like that. That can get pricey, y'all. I'm not gonna explain a budget as far, because this is not a budgeting video. I'm just speaking on the economy. It's hard to live, you know, after you spent money on everything but life necessities. You may only have $100, $200 on our pay, $100 to $200 for your necessities, and that's gone like that. You don't get to go eat out. You don't get to go, I mean, some of us are ladies, like we want our hair done, we want our nails done. Men, haircuts, that's something you can't go without. You know, women, we can learn how to do stuff ourselves, and you can learn how to cut your hair yourself, but most men don't have the time. So you want to factor in haircuts. Like, it just gets to be too much for our pay. We can't afford all this stuff. I do a lot of DIY stuff. I do my own hair, I do my own nails at this point. I do everything myself because I can't afford to have the luxury of going to get these things done. And that, like I said, the average job pay, I explained that already. Like, it's tough. Like, it is so hard. And I don't know, like, I'm not complaining, because I do understand like the times we're in, and you just have to work harder. You have to have side hustles. You can't live off of one income anymore, no matter where you're at. Even nurses I've heard, not tell me, but I've heard nurses on TikTok, on YouTube, they can't even live off their pay. Like, of course you can like live below your means, but then you're jeopardizing your safety. You're jeopardizing lots of different aspects. Some people want to eat healthier, and we can all agree like that gets pricey. Like, you're jeopardizing your health. Like, it's so ridiculous. And I'm just like, when are we going to have a break? Like, and I know it's all about who we vote and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be at the polls, okay? I'm not playing around. I'm tired of this. Something's got to give. I'm not gonna get into politics or nothing like that, but I'm gonna be at the at the polls from now on, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how are we supposed to live, honestly, just as humans? And I'm not asking for the most luxury lifestyle. I'm not asking to drive a AMG Benz and live in a high-rise floor-to-ceiling windows and all of these things. I used to want those things, you know, I was young. We all want those things. But now I just want a comfortable, nice life with just decent things. Some nice things, you know. And it's just tough, you know. And I've noticed people that even have the higher amounts of money, well, it's all money management and it's all like maturity and stuff like that, but it's hard. It's hard for everybody. It really, really, really is. And of course, we all had a choice to go to school. We all had a choice to make certain decisions in our life, but the average person may not have that opportunity, you know. My biggest advice is picking up a trade. I went to cosmetology school. I just took state board. I'm waiting to hear back. Pick up a trade. Do that on the side on top of a job until you can do that full time. Save your money. Save your money. Save your money. I cannot stress that enough, because you never know what can happen. And it's just, especially with a child, save your money. I'm learning. And shoot, just budget. Make smarter decisions with shopping. Just be strategic. Utilize your resources. Get help from the government. I mean, come on now. If you have the opportunity to live at home for a little while to really get right, do that. Speak if you need to. File bankruptcy if you need to. Go speak with a credit repair person if you need. Like, get right, you know. And that I'm really speaking to myself, because these are things that I have in the works and I have in the plans. I'm actually finna talk to a lawyer today about my options as far as like bankruptcy and things like that, because I need to get right. I have a child. I would love to be a homeowner, you know, and it's getting hard, you know. I've learned about leasing cars. I've learned about ways I could pay off debt and things like that. It's just so important. And yeah, it's hard. Trust me, I'm here with you. Utilize social media. You don't even have to put your face on here. Make a blog. Just try to have another stream of income. I'm not making no money on YouTube right now, but I'm trying to get back into it because I used to. But it's hard for everybody. So that's the end of this video. It was long, but it needed to be said. If you agree or have any pointers, or even if you disagree, y'all comment below. This is a safe space. Don't be disrespectful towards me, because all I'm doing is just relaying stuff that I feel is the truth. Some of it may not be, but it's just, you know, vote, y'all. Be here for your kids. Make smarter decisions, especially if you're young. My God, I wish I would have did things different. But, you know, we all live and we all learn. So, thank you so much for watching. As y'all can see, this is my baby. If you're new here, you've never seen him before, but this is Santo. But yeah, y'all, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. It ain't glitz and glam over here. I'm 26, living with my parents, and I'm gonna utilize that from now on, or take advantage of it. I don't like the word take advantage of, because it be sounding crazy, but y'all know what I mean. Like, it's go time. It's go time for real. For real. I'm feeling better from postpartum. I'm just better. So I'm going to definitely make better choices, because life is short and you want to make sure you have your ducks in a row. You never know when it's your last day. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna do a lot more sit down talk videos. I'm gonna do vlogs too once I start working again. I don't really do too much right now. I'm just trying to find a job and take care of my baby, but more sit down talk videos. I feel like I have a lot of topics I want to talk about and have wanted to talk about, but I just haven't sat down and did it. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you can see that, and I'll see you on my next video.